Alright, so we're going to write the orbital notation for tungsten because something strange happens with tungsten. Now remember, tungsten is right under chromium and molybdenum. What happened with those that was strange? They took an electron out of the next highest S sublevel, so they completely fill that D, or half fill that D sublevel. Well, something different happens with tungsten. Okay? Alright, let's listen up, let's watch, let's pay attention, let's focus, okay? I know it's Friday, I know you're excited, you made balloons today, but let's pay attention, okay? Alright, so here's 1s and 2s and 2p. School bus rule, one at a time, come back and pair them up. Let's see, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d. Now we have to drop back one level when we get to 4s. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orbitals in a D sublevel. And since we're going to fill this complete section here, this D sublevel section here, I'm not going to do all that pulling electrons out of 4s and all that kind of stuff because they're going to be filled when we're done anyway, okay? But you know it's got to happen, right? Yes or no? Yes. I don't hear any no's. There's no problem having a no out there. I just got a no so I can help you. Well, what's the question? Well, let me just walk this far down it, okay? So if we were stopping right there, you know you'd have to pull an electron of the 4s and put it down there, right? And the next element comes back and puts it back in. But I'm not going to try to do all that here because I'm going much further down the pike. Okay? When I get done, they'll be full anyway.
So this is just one of the ones you have to remember that you did it on, like there's no way to tell if there's a fact that you just have to remember that.
Well, it's just this column right here and this column right here. Okay? Anytime you get to just one electron short of having a half full or completely full D sublevel. Okay? And if you remember that much, you should be okay. Great. Great. Long way. Okay. Yes. Okay. Sure. All right, Brian. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian Krebs. I forget we have two Brians. Oh shoot! Now I gotta go home and edit this video. I can put student first names, but I can't put students' first and last names on there. So, you have a question? Yeah. What's your question? Huh? No, you don't have to have them on Monday, but you will need them later. Okay. All right. So today's the 20th. January 12th. All right, so let's continue now, okay? Here's 3D. We're going to finish up 3D. So let's see, we finished up down to zinc now, okay? And we're going to go on. So now we're going to go back into 4 for 4p. So we've gotten as far as krypton now, way over here. We're ready to go to the next main row and primary energy level, so that's 5s. And then we'll be in 4d. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orbitals. We're going to fill up this whole row here. Okay. So I'm just going to, for purposes of speed, go ahead and drop all those in there instead of trying to do the pulling it out of the 5s sublevel. And so that's 5s. We're going to go over here and fill up this section here now. That's 5p. And that's going to fill up. Alright, so we're over here where xenon is right now. Okay, and then we're going to come back down here to where cesium is and start the sixth primary level. So that's 6s. Huh? Okay. And then after 6s, the next thing we come to is 5d. And we got 5 orbitals in a d sublevel. But we're only going to put 1 electron here before we jump down here to the f sublevels. Okay, so we put 1 electron here. And we go to the f sublevels, we got to drop back not 1 primary level, but 2 primary levels. So we're going to go 1 more level below 5, and we start with 4f, so that becomes 4f here. Okay? So S sublevels have 1 orbital, P sublevels have 3, D sublevels have 5, F sublevels have 7. We're going up in odd numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to completely fill this up down here before we come back up here to where tungsten is. So I'm just going to go through. This is just school bus rule all the way through. There's no moving electrons from the higher level or anything. Just straight fill up 4F and according to the school bus rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay? So that gets us over here to lutetium. Yes? Why? Because if you follow the yellow brick road here, we went from 57 to 58. This is a D sublevel, this is an F sublevel. We've got to finish up 71 lutetium before we come back to 72 hafnium. So this is representing where the 5D sublevel is, right? Okay? Alright, so now when we get to tungsten, and normally when we get to this point right here, that's where we're tungsten, right? What's supposed to happen there? Right. This is the one exception to that exception. Okay? Tungsten does not pull an electron out of 6s. It's just like that. Okay? Got that? Yes?
When you're doing like orbital notations and the whole school load drill thing, if you were doing tungsten and you were at 2P, and you know that you're going way past it, would you have to go do it up there on each one and then go back and do it down, or can you just go across?
Well, I mean, I don't have a video camera looking over your shoulder.
Does it matter if you write it that way?
If you know how to write it doing it that way, that's fine. Okay? Yep.
So that right there would be
That's the correct orbital notation for tungsten.
tungsten. But if the exception was not an exception in this case?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This is an exception to the exception, yes. Okay.
Yes. Would the regular way for tungsten be like the pull out of
Yes. Yes. And if it was not tungsten, if it were in those two elements above it, molybdenum and chromium, they do that.
Yeah.
Okay? But tungsten just doesn't do it. Now, gold does. So copper, silver, and gold all pull one out to completely fill the D sublevel. Okay? But tungsten's the one exception to the exception. Okay? Does everybody understand that? If you don't, now the only dumb question is the one you don't ask. Okay? Well, that's not entirely true because some people do ask dumb questions on purpose. Any sincere question is not a dumb question. A sincere question unasked is a dumb question. Okay? That makes sense? Yes or no? All right. Because it's just dumb not to ask when you don't understand because you need this stuff, right? I know you're shy. Some of you are shy. Okay, I'm sorry. Get over it. All right? Just ask me the question. Promise I won't bite your head off. Yes, sir.
And you only use the rule where you take one over from the S.
Only out of S. Only out of the S sublevel.
Starting with the fourth one, the fourth S, and you do it with 3S.
You lost me there.
3S and 3P, you don't use it there.
No. The first time the only time we're going to take anything out, we start with 4S is where we pull one out down to 3D. Yes, that's correct. Okay? All right. Any other questions? That's a good question. Thank you.
You don't do that for 5S or D.
Huh?
For a 5S.
Yeah, to go half fill 4D, you can do pull an electron out of it.
Starting from 4S, you have to do that every time you reach a D orbital. You have to do that every
Every time, except for tungsten. Okay? All right. Do we need any more practice? Say so now. Forever hold your peace. No, don't do that. I'm not doing that. One more? Well, let's do gold then. Let's do gold. Why don't you do gold and I'll come behind you, okay? What?
Can you put your periodic table up with that?
You got a periodic table?
You want us to do gold?
Yes, I want you to do gold. The request was to practice one more time.